Welcome back, everybody. Now today I'm back with yet another smart toaster. Now you might recall I did an over $300 smart toaster a while back. I liked that one until it broke. At that point I kind of swore off smart toasters, but after seeing this one for only $100 and high ratings, I thought I'd give it a try. So let's see how it works in today's video, starting with the unboxing. Right, here it is. Let's crack this thing open and see what's inside. It's well packaged, I'll say it. Very well packaged. It's nice looking. Actually, there's a sticker on here. I'll leave the sticker on for right now. Now I paid $100 for this. It currently has a 4.6 star rating with over 3,300 reviews. Although that listing on Amazon has two different toasters on it, so you gotta be careful looking at the Amazon ratings. But the claims are that you'll get perfect toast at your fingertips. Features 60 plus toast programs, 8 bread types, 7 browning options, defrost mode, add time mode, and reheat function. This has a countdown timer for precise toasting. Can supposedly automatically lower and raise your toast. Modern style ergonomic design. Crumb tray here for easy cleanup. Now the reviews are kind of mixed on this one. Some of the complaints are that it doesn't last very long or that it doesn't burn evenly. So I'm gonna read these instructions over, clean it off, and then get started. Now let's take a look at the options here. We've got white bread, gluten-free, wheat, raisin, bagel, waffle, pastry, and muffin. Up here we've got defrost, reheat, 7 browning levels, the countdown timer, start, cancel, and add time. You can add, I believe, 15 seconds if you want to continue toasting your bread. The display stays on for about 30 seconds, and supposedly all you have to do is swipe across the screen to turn it back on, which sometimes does not seem to work so well. All right, the preliminaries out of the way, let's make some toast. And as standard fare, we're going with some generic white bread. Placing it in the unit itself. I guess I should probably turn this on. We're gonna select white bread, and we're gonna go level 1. That's all we have to do. Start button, there it goes. Now what I do like about it is there's a timer on here. Even the Revolution toaster didn't have a countdown timer until it was 10 seconds left. This one starts off counting down. I like that. Nothing really to note inside there. It's just kind of just toast in a toaster. Nothing really to mention. This was pretty quick. I don't think this is gonna be very brown. It's only level 1, so we shall see. 3, 2, 1, and all right, well, as expected, it's pretty much just white bread that's a little bit toasted feeling, but both sides feel pretty even. Let's see this side here. Every time I test a toaster, level 1 always is just kind of, it's kind of anticlimactic. It's never really exciting. Level 1 is always, I should start with level 7 and work my way backwards, but I didn't. Let's bump this up to level 2 now. Now the screen has gone off. It goes off after 30 seconds. You have to swipe across. Sometimes when I swipe across, I'm noticing it doesn't always come on right away. Level 2, white bread. We are ready to go. There it goes. This one isn't a lot longer than the level 1 was, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just gonna stand here and kill 1 minute while I'm waiting for this. Let's see, okay, we're almost done here. We got 10 seconds left. Looking forward to this. And here we go. I like the automatic lifting. Here we go, let's see what we got. That's level 1 right there. Level 2 is not really looking much different. I see a little bit of brown at the top of this one. Let's flip these over. Okay, like it's just a fraction of brown on the level 2 versus level 1. Maybe that's good. Maybe that's a good thing. Let's go for level 3 and see if we can get actual brown toast this time. Swipe across, nothing happened. Tap it, nothing happened. There we go. Level 3, white bread. Hit the start button. This one's going about 1.5 minutes, so it's a little bit longer. While I'm waiting for round 3, I was going over the instructions earlier, and there's a lot of nuances in there, such as 1 slice of bread will brown darker than 2 slices. If toasting 1 slice, select the browning level icon 1 or 2 levels below your desired brow. Brow? That's what it says, brow. Well, I guess that applies except for level 1. You can't go lower than that. Basically, if you want 1 slice of toast, go a little bit lower than the panel indicates. Boom! All right, now we've got some color here, and that's what we're talking about. Once again, level 1, level 2, and level 3, we're getting brown here. That's both sides here. Let's flip these over. I mean, it's not the most even toast in the world. I mean, some people are nitpicky about that. I'm not. I mean, it's certainly acceptable, although it definitely is not even between the different sides and the individual side itself. Let's keep going with browning level number 4. Swipe, not working. Swipe, swipe. There it goes. And start. There it goes. While we're waiting for that, how about some more nuances from the instructions? If you're toasting bread consecutively within a short period of time, the heating coils in the toaster will be warmer and will brown quicker. To compensate for hotter coils, the programmed toasting time will adjust accordingly. So I'm interpreting that the time is going to adjust based on how recently you've used the toaster, which seems to be pretty cool, if it works. The front of the toaster is pretty cool, but as you get towards the back, there's kind of a warm spot on the side here. All right, we're down to the last 5 seconds. I'm kind of curious how number 4 turns out. And a little bit of smoke started coming out in the last couple seconds. Here we go. All right, let's take a quick peek here. Now to me, number 4 is looking pretty nice. Let's flip these over here. Now, once again, Bailey wants some. Bailey, you're not getting this toast. Now, it's not the most even toast I've ever seen, but unless you're really picky about it, it shouldn't really matter too much. Now, I don't think Bailey's going to care at all. She doesn't care how toasted it is. She'll eat it no matter what it is. Right, Bailey? Let's keep going with number 5. Swipe, swipe. White bread. Level 5, and we're off. Interesting, that says 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Which is about the same time as level 4 was, but the element is warm, so maybe they're right about that. Looks like they did adjust the time because the element is still hot, so that's pretty cool. See if I can get Bailey. Bailey's across the room here. Oh, she caught it. She caught it. Oh, she caught that one too. Good job, Bailey. What I'll do is I'm gonna run through levels 5, 6, and 7, and I'll compare all of them at the very end. Okay, in the final moments of level 5 here, I'm seeing a little bit of smoke rise up here. Hopefully not too bad, just a little bit of smoke, probably can't see it. I'm kind of worried about 6 and 7. Number 6 and 7 are never good. But here we go, number 5. I'll put number 5 and 4 next to each other. 5 right here, 4 right here. I would say it is a pretty good increment from 4 to 5, so I'm pretty happy with it so far. The evenness, once again, people might complain about that, but I think that the level of brownness seems like it's quite appropriate between 4 and 5 and the rest of them. So let's just keep going. All right, this is about where most toaster reviews go off the rails when I start getting into 6 and 7, but let's see. I've had some pretty disastrous level 6s before. White, level 6, and start. This should be interesting. Let's look at the toaster on the thermal imager. The back of it doesn't look too warm. Let's go around the sides here. Doesn't seem like the outer part of the toaster is getting really too warm here. So the toaster doesn't feel too hot, and the thermal imager kind of verifies that. But right now I'm getting some smoke. How much time's left? 13 seconds. 13 seconds, a little bit smoky in here. And how does it look? Yeah, I think it looks okay. For level 6, it doesn't look burnt to a crisp. That's a good thing. All right, there's a level 6 in the bottom, level 5 above that. It looks like, once again, the increment between 5 and 6 is pretty good, kind of what I expect. So I'm pretty happy with the levels being about what I expect them to be. One more round of white bread. We're going the nuclear option. Here we go. Right now I'm thinking the biggest issue I have with this is that the screen doesn't always come on right away. White bread, level 7, level 7. Now it's been rare for me to have a level 7 slice of toast that wasn't just a piece of charcoal at the end. But hopefully this one doesn't disappoint. Let's see. Just kind of peruse these instructions while I'm waiting again. Oh, I smell some smoke. We got smoke coming out here again. It is smoke time. Well, it's smoking a little bit, but not too bad. Here we go. I'm not sure what I expected, but that's not terrible. Once again, the increment between number 6 and number 7, it is certainly a discernible difference, and I think it's probably what you might expect. Flip the other side here. A little bit of unevenness around the edges here. Maybe not too bad. Darker up here than down there. But perhaps the most important part of this test is that number 7 was not burnt to a crisp, which is what I always fear and didn't happen. So I'm pretty happy with that. All right, let's take this over to the table and look at all of them side by side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think the browning ranges look pretty good. So let's keep moving and see what else we got. All right, so I think that's it for today's session. I'm gonna let this cool off. I'm gonna plan out some more things to test out tomorrow and see what else I can come up with. All right, let's get back to work here. I wanna try a few other features on this toaster. I've got a couple of frozen Eggos here. Now on the front, they have a waffle setting and they also have defrost. So I think I'm gonna try both of those. I'm gonna do waffle and defrost. Level 4, placing the Eggos in there and start. Looks like 2.5 minutes for my defrosted waffles. So we shall see about that. Now the instructions say that the defrost feature merely just adds 30 extra seconds. It doesn't seem like there's anything special about it. So let's see how it turns out in about 2.5 minutes. Here we go. And let's take a peek here. Seems pretty well done. This is level 4, mind you. They seem to be cooked all the way through. A little bit soft on that one edge right there. Can I take a temperature inside of a waffle? Let's see. Oh, nicely cooked, I guess. Are there any cold spots? Let's see. Perfect. Pretty good. Let's keep going. I've got this rather generic, unassuming plain bagel here. Placing it in the slots. This goes off in 30 seconds. I wish you could set it to be more like a minute because it seems like it goes off too fast for me. We're gonna set bagel. We're gonna leave it at level 4. Hit the start button. And this is also gonna take 2.5 minutes. So I'll come back in 2.5 minutes and see how it turned out. A few seconds left, let's see how they turned out. And nicely toasted bagel. Let's take a closer look. There's the inside, there's the outside. I think it turned out pretty well. Certainly acceptable. Bagels are hard to get even anyways, so I think most of you will be completely satisfied with this bagel, especially Bailey. All right, so far it's working pretty well, but let's try some consistency tests before I wrap this thing up. For this test, I'm gonna do a couple slices of toast from a cold state and then go right back into it from a warm state and see how they compare. Let's do that next. 2 slices of bread. White bread, level 4. 2 minutes, 15 seconds. After this is done in 2 minutes, we'll go right back into it and see how they compare. All right, here we go. I've already got my next batch ready. We're going right back into it while it's still hot. All right, level 4 is coming out. Hot, hot. Going right back into it. Now that only shows 1:51, so they did take some time off. So it does seem to detect that it's in a hot state. So let's compare them when this is done. In both batches, I'm getting a little bit of smoke in the last few seconds there. I'll be curious how consistent this is, and here it goes. All right, let's pull this out of here and compare to the previous batch from a cold state. But before I do that, let me throw 1 slice of toast in here. I'm gonna make it level 3 because they say you're supposed to bump it down when it's a single slice. White bread level 3, start. All right, the top row is from a hot state, the bottom row from a cold state. It seems pretty consistent. Although, I don't know what's going on right here. This whole side seems like it kind of got missed. But overall, I think they're roughly the same. Here we go. So that's the single slice, side 1, side 2. The 2 sides are kind of different. This one's much darker than this one. But let's take this over to the table and look at all the toast I made all together. Let's take a look at all the toast I made here. Now the center is levels 1 through 7 that were done all in a row here. So we've got level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think that the results are pretty good as far as that goes. Now most of these were done from a warm toaster state. Now over here, this was done from a cold state on day 2. This was done from a warm state on day 2. And they almost seem like they need to go down 1 level. And this one over here, this was the single slice. I put this on level 3. And it seems like that kind of lines up with number 4, and this side kind of lines with number 5, maybe even 6. So it seems like the single slice was a little bit more inconsistent, but overall the consistency is good, not great, but I think it's probably on par with a lot of the toasters out there. All right, so in the end, I think that this smart toaster so far works pretty well. I think the feature that really stands out to me is the fact that you can see the time before you even hit start. No other smart toasters, including the Revolution toaster, would show the entire time. They would show a countdown, but not the entire time. So that is one feature I like. It seems pretty consistent across all the different toasting levels, so I'm pretty happy about that. Minor cons, the stainless steel design it's apt to get fingerprints on it. I guess that's not really a big deal to some people, but to me, the fingerprints, I don't really like so much. The screen seems like it turns off really quickly, and sometimes it doesn't want to come back on until you swipe it a bunch of times. But overall, I do think it works, but what I'm worried about, as with the last smart toaster, is will it hold up over time? And that's something I'm gonna have to continue to test. So I'm gonna use this over the next year and look for an update number 59 in 2025 and see how it held up. So I'll be putting it back on my counter next to my Breville, and I'll be using those side by side for the next year. And in 1 year, I'll let you know how it held up. But that's all I've got. If you've tried this toaster or something like it, tell me what you think in the comments below. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you next time. All right, Breville, you got company. Your new friends join you for the next year.